It's going to be very short, very shortly, and the 10 down, and our first finalist is confirmed here, Josh Filler.
Kind of like keeping it real simple here, and he could get a pretty solid hook. Okay, he's going to, yeah, he was trying to do something similar, just knock the ball down table and over. Now he's going to call it in the side and try and move the cue ball back for shape.
Wow.
These guys will survey a little bit more devastating snooker just because of how awesome the players are at kicking and jumping.
He kicked it long rail and right into the pocket. It was just a beautiful one-ball shot, if I remember correctly.
And there you go.
Deadly, deadly when it comes to those shots.
Both players, if Josh can knock this in, it's just going to give him more confidence. And that's probably one of the single most differences. These top players, they don't have to get but about where the side pocket's at. So if he fell a little funny on this 9, he wouldn't move it back so much. Here, he'll go ahead and bring it on back. You know, the very, very best in the world. And okay, is the 6 going to get a kiss in the hole? No, and that's a little upsetting because the rack, it just doesn't take much of a chance. Just a sliver, a kick shot a lot of times, just like here.
That's going to be, oh, wow. He measured that speed perfectly.
Let alone the final of the World 10-Ball Championships.
He's not only jumping the ball, that's a foul. I would venture a guess and say that he probably...
That needs to slow down there, though, a little bit. Towards that scratch. So he's trying to elevate and take a long shot on the 3, probably. Yeah, just like that.
Because after a performance like this, he should be going up. There were 64 players that came out. 13 were world champions for this tournament.
Well, you could see the little hand gesture there. That figure if he cuts the one in, it'll probably act thin because of the cue ball will be hopping a little bit. So it should come short of that 9 ball in that side pocket. But still a little bit of a concern, yeah.
Came very, very short.
Yeah, this ball into the 7 when you're going forward with the cue ball. So you really want to stay true to that full hit. Okay, and he did so.
Wow, he did just so.
So that'll start to tell you that the 4 may have a bit more of the pocket than we think. Oh, he shaved the 8. Now he's definitely closed the pocket, but if he hits it any thicker, it drives the 3 into the rail, and that ball wobbles up.
Well, see, him shaving that 8-ball tells me he kind of missed it a little bit because he was trying to shave the rail.
4-2 ready to break here in our 7th game. Okay, missed him a little bit. And so, okay, the 10 got down. Now, that's not a winner. Behind one little ball that's like a foot away because you really have no reference. You're kind of just out in space with the cue ball. And that's what happens. You kind of let up on it because you're trying to rail. He's going to have to bump the 3. So he'll bank the 1 around and try and not leave any gaps.
It's going to leak out.
Yeah, it's
going to go by the 5.
Well, he called it. Now, he just called it just in case. That was a more of a like, it's going to give up a shot. Yeah, this is regardless. The only thing about spinning around the 4 is if it doesn't hit anything, you may lose position on the cue ball.
Is he going to bump that 8? Yes, he did.
Okay. A fun shot, you think?
Well, you know, the one thing about
he's calling the 4.
Is he wants to steal this game because this is Co's break. So this is a big game to steal right here.
He's going after the combination bank. And
well,
really surprised that
maybe just mishit it a little bit, or it reacted a little different than he thought it might off the rail. Didn't open up. I think, yeah.
Well,
looks like it.
Not only line of the cue ball, but speed is crucial, George.
You got to come between the 8 and the 7.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he didn't get around the 9.
Yeah, for sure. But, you know, these guys are aggressive. And
yep.
That's how you.
So accurate.
Now he's elevated.
Tension builds, and he drew right by that ball. I think a soft roll could end up behind the 10.
Okay.
He's going to come right back and come right past it.
Break off here in game 8, trying to keep that 2-game lead. Now watch for a kiss here. Oh, it's going to turn out. Well, no, it stayed underneath it, so I like that a lot. You should cut off at least. You might not cut off the right side of the one. Oh, okay, but he got them both. It's just going to be really nice.
That's one of the few. That's probably the only kick I've seen him miss in 2 matches.
Just the timing of everything just hasn't been perfect. Oh, that's a little better.
Oh, that was almost going to go on the side and he got kissed out. That was very fortunate for him.
It was, but the overall timing.
End up close to the diamond there on the back rail.
Okay,
and
that's what happens whenever you're. Oh, I wouldn't hit it hard. Oh, yeah, he's asking first. I would have kept the 2 real close to the cue ball because when you can't always do that in this sport or any other sport. That's why it's probably they are called sports, just because it's not always a for sure thing.
Oh, wow.
Wow, great shot.
Look at this. How's his reward? Now get the jump cue.
Land on the 4, and that'll offer some draw, but he may get snookered again if he having some misses.
Same side of the table. 8 and the 9 don't present a problem, and the 10 in front of the side pocket.
He generally makes a lot of sense with what he's doing. Mishit of the cue ball. It's not so much from aiming or the Rio. It's from not getting that cue tip placed on the cue ball correctly. But
he's the only player in that arena that this week has not lost a match. Beat his last opponent. I believe he beat him 10-3. And then we had players from Peru, Argentina, Albania. Cue ball stayed up.
There's that 4-railer though. Bunch of rails, or I'm not sure about this one.
Not gonna like the result of that.
Yeah, I wasn't so sure about that one, but knowing the one's going to be open in space if he doesn't get there, well, that's a little more pressure. Is he dead slow rolling this ball here? Wow,
yes,
great shot.
And he's made it. He's drained it.
That little triangle you always want playing any pool game, a straight pool, 8-ball.
Oh, yeah.
9-ball, 10-ball, that little doesn't come up all the time and not very doable all the time in rotation pool, that being 10-ball or 9-ball. But the other game's very much what you want to look for. He's got to dig on the cue ball to get this line he's looking at, so that really brings the 8 into play also, coming 2 rails, because you want to hit it with a hair more speed to make sure you hit that line you want with the cue ball.
How about 2 rails up with a lot of right English?
Maybe.
And laying on the rail.
It looks like he hit it perfect.
Gosh.
Though. Absolutely perfect.
Wow.
Now he's going to have a lot of angle, and he's going to be a little elevated. He'll just trust his speed, I think, and come across 3 rails right in between the 8-4. And it looks like it's perfect again.
He's got to go.
Yeah, but that's what I mean as far as he trusts starter on the 1. What's the 3 going to do? Oh, it goes.
It's a good I don't think he
or
wants
just
to
kill the cue ball.
Kill it.
Just kill it and try and hold for the position, huh?
Yeah. Just you can go to the left side and still have the 3. He bumped. He did hit the 8.
He drew into it. Not any different here in the final of our Predator World 10-ball championships. About to be knotted at 6.
This will give the fans something to clap at.
Yeah, go all the way through. Got a track on the 1.
Oh boy.
What's the 2 going to do?
Ball's going to push it out of the way.
It's going to be nice.
Oh wow.
See, if he gets a little more right of that ball, George, he has to really hit it with a lot more speed to get the angle he wants right here. Whoa. Now that ball caught the 8 somehow, and that's...
is probably available. I was going to say you can move it with the cue ball, but then you wouldn't have shape on the 7, so that's not going to happen.
Unless he's going to hit it really, really easy. But if he's going to hit it with a little pace to try and get the cue ball off the rail, easy to hit it thick. See that? And that's from throwing the 9 back to the 10. Anytime, easy to catch that and make that second ball hit thick.
Great explanation for you guys out there. Well, that was a big world title.
A little flatter on the hit there, but it's not going to hurt him at all. But just not quite the pop on the cue ball like he's had in the last few.
3 inches, and the ball isn't 8 inches out of the pocket. He's not trying to throw it from there.
Oh, he's not playing safe going that direction either. Yeah.
Wow, I guess they weren't frozen.
No, they weren't frozen, that's for sure. Now, it's a little easier way to make the bank, or easier feeling on how to make it. Watch out for the side pocket, too, if he does hit his spot. Okay. Caught a little piece of the 7, but he didn't catch
it in.
Does he level, or does he like medium jack up here?
I would level. He's medium jack up.
Yeah, I like that.
You like that?
I like myself. If I can get at the middle of the cue ball, yeah, I like that.
You like?
Okay, a real consistent break by Filler. It's not like 100% by any means, but
Cue ball
okay,
nicely.
the 4-railer. Oh, it hung up, and the 7, and he's giving up a starter on the 1. Dry breaks by these two gentlemen, I don't believe.
This is late in the match too. This puts him on the hill.
If not, he may have to go across the top side of the 5 and 10 like that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
And this rack's not over yet. I mean, he's got to hold his nerve here. Look at this.
Oh.
Look at this.
Yeah, questionable decision trying to go down and get in between. Oh, wow.
Oh, look at this
no.
cue ball.
Okay. If you want to hit it a little easier, go ahead and get through it. You got plenty of room with the cue ball. You're going to make a little better stroke. The 6, and is he going to draw off the 10 and get over the 8? Both those are a little bit of a concern.
Got to stay in form here. I'm sure he's feeling some nerves building up.
You want to go the rail and back out. You don't want to shoot the 9 from further distance. Yeah, nice shot. But as long as you're not getting overly fast with your tempo, when the nerves are high, there's nothing wrong with a hair more, hair quicker around the table.
Wow, he's breaking for the match.
Okay, he's
8
made
balls
one.
down. There goes another one.
The one's going to come up
There
kind
goes
of
another
high. Yeah, but if he buries this one, you'd be hard-pressed to not think he's going to knock it out. You're really threatening. You could hit the ball really well and just still go right in the side and scratch. I really like him going into the 3 myself. There was a lot of room to play it for the corner, too, if it would just moved into that position. So. But I remember
And then a couple of
he's going to come 2 rails here. He wants to get off the rail a little bit, but it's not going to matter. He'll cheat the pocket and go on to
do to him. See what kind of a celebration he does. This is big, this 10 ball, to close it out. This junior champion is now the world 10 ball champion.
on the pool table this week, going undefeated. Going undefeated, gets a big hug from the family. And
Predator World 10 ball champion, Ko Ping Chung.